This competition started quite a while ago, but there has been a delay because of the rain. However, Paul Haugen Lillefoss clears 560 at the first attempt. This is third attempt at 570, the Norwegian #1. You couldn't have a better mentor to be watching in this competition, and that one just good enough, amply good enough in fact, goes clear, and Lillefoss becoming a real force to be reckoned with. He's a 585 Norwegian record. That was just a week ago in Bergen. And the 21-year-old is gradually edging up into the top 10 in the world. And he's way over that, Steve. That's a great vault.
Yeah, and I think, you know, whenever you see a nation, so the Norwegians with the two Guttormsen brothers, and he's following on behind, and a third-time clearance at 570. This is him now at 580, just the three men still left in this. Duplantis, who we're yet to see vault. Guttormsen we've seen go clear. 21-year-old new national record holder, and he joins him. Well, what a couple of weeks he's having. Holds his arms out to say, well, there you go, thank you very much. So Lillefoss joins his teammate Guttormsen, two Norwegians clear in this pole vault competition in the wet and the damp at the far end of the stadium. That landing mat is soaking, and the rain's starting to come down again here as well. So it's good running conditions, maybe not for vaulting though, but the guys are doing pretty well. This is right at the limit for this young man, Lillefoss, only once gone higher than this. But that puts him in the top three. Good performance.
I don't know about good running conditions. It's horrible for the field eventers who spend a lot of time in between efforts, of course, sitting around trying to keep warm.
Well, here is the aforementioned Mr. Duplantis. I wonder what he'll have in store if the weather helps. These early heights, no problem for him. He's had one taster at 560, first time clearance. This is first at 580. Easy does it. Nicely done. And he's like, oh my word. It's like diving into a swimming pool almost. It's that wet. Bless him. Anyway, he'll be hoping that the weather improves, because I think the vaulters like vaulting here. He certainly has done in the past. And for the crowd on that top bend, they would so love to see a 6-meter clearance, maybe even beyond that. But the rain is not going to help. And I'm sure if once he's got this one, if he keeps landing on that soggy mat, he might be thinking, because he actually passed, having failed at 580 one time, and he's playing a bit of a gamble here. And in the form he's in, I'd be surprised if he does get over 586. Let's see, this is it for him. Third attempt, essentially. No, ooh, careful. Well, be very careful in these conditions. He's okay. So that's the end of his competition. A bit of a struggle. He had two attempts to get over 560, passed at 570, and that's pretty much it for him. So he'll finish in 5th place with a clearance at 560, but I think the main thing is getting away safely this evening. Just, it's getting a bit slippy. Planting the pole in the box is metal, of course, it's rain. Look at that, he's just used the stanchion to keep himself landing on the mat. Thankfully, he's okay. No, twists and turns and tries to reach the bar, but plus the new Norwegian record holder looking to add a centimeter to that. 1 centimeter, if he can clear this, would be, no, 586, just stretched too far in these conditions, but another good performance from him. He will end up in 3rd place, though, behind his teammate Sondre Guttormsen, who we saw a little earlier. Duplantis, as ever. Well, we wait to see what he does in the rest of the evening, but he's already clear at 580. Did pass at this height, Duplantis, 586, so just the two Norwegians, and we saw Levilleny have an abortive attempt as well. Well, it's been a good night. It's been a good couple of weeks for this young man. He's only 21 and really pushing himself up into the scenario where, you know, Sam Kendricks, I don't know if we've mentioned it tonight, a non-starter, and Sam's fitness will be a concern to him, but not to this man Duplantis. But he now, first attempt at 592, will be the only man to attempt this height. No. Oh, careful. Yeah, I really don't think he's enjoying landing on that mat. But that's where they all have to contend with tonight. and he'll just go and give himself a bit of a towel down, try and dry off a little bit.
I was going to say,
come
Steve,
back and have another couple of attempts.
I wonder if he's thinking after all that lovely weather they get in North America. How do Europeans put up with this? Oh, hang on a minute.
Hang on.
I'm Swedish. I'm Swedish.
I was just going to say, yeah, it's been an odd evening, as you were saying earlier on. We've had sunshine, really warm at one point. It's still not cold here, but it will be when you're wet. I think when we haven't managed to, or we've managed to avoid the actual rain. They sadly have had to sit out in it. They did have a break, but they've had to crack on. He may ask for another little bit of a break. He's the only one left.
He, at the moment, shares the lead with Guttormsen, who has gone from the competition. He needs a clearance here to actually win. Otherwise, the Norwegian has the honour of sharing a win on home ground for him with the Olympic champion and world record holder. Armando Duplantis doesn't look overly happy with things. We know he's drenched through from a couple of landings on that bed. They act as basically small swimming pools when there's been really heavy rain. And I don't know what he's complaining about. Is it the amount of water in the pit where he's planted the pole? I think he's saying that needs to be sponged out.
Not safe, Tim, is it?
Yeah, look.
I mean, they've got to have something better to dry up the water there.
Looks like they're using his tracksuit top. Perhaps he's complaining about that. Oh, when he gets it right, it is so right. And it was nearly right. It was 9 out of 10, wasn't it, on the previous effort? Well, there, I don't know. We'll give him 11 out of 10. Booms over that one. Big clearance margin, too, and he knows it. And he's... it's not too often, Steve, he vaults these days and doesn't clear 6 meters. That big crowd on that second bend will be willing him to push on. The bar goes up to 5.97. The meeting record is by himself last year, 6.01. And the world lead is his own from Hengelo, 6.01.
He celebrated that as though he had cleared 6 meter vaulting. Armando Duplantis set to go. First attempt at 6 meters 10 after a first time clearance at 6.02. Tim.
Well, 6.10. I've been trying to look up the significance of 6.10. And I know there'll be some of you sitting at home who love this event even more than Steve and I, going, yeah, well, of course, 6.10's this important. But the meeting record he's already set. It was 6.01 by himself last year. He's added a centimetre to that with a first-time clearance at 6.02. I'm looking at 6.10. Well, only he and Bubka have gone over 6.10. Sam Kendricks is number 3 all-time with 6.06.
Yeah, I think we should remember that outdoors he's only cleared 6.15. You know, he did 6.20 indoors.
Yeah, that's pretty
only, but, you know, maybe he thinks, you know, tonight's not a night to maybe put it up to higher, but 6.10, it's not bad, is it?
It's not bad, it's not bad. So, first attempt at 6.10, already has the competition won. Duplantis, ooh, no. Having a think about it, going through it in his head, replaying the tape. At least the rain staved off, but you can see how wet that bed is that he would have come down on from a greater height if he'd continued with the vault. But clearly something was out.
Duplantis at 6 meters 10, first one a bit of a sighter. Has already had a meeting record, 6 meters 2, first time clearance. Second here at 6 meters 10. No. Hang on to that, yeah. Yeah, some nights I think, yeah, I was going to say, I wonder if he'll just call it a night, and he does. He said, that's enough is enough. I'm not going to clear 6 meters 10. I've given you what you wanted. I've given you a 6 meter clearance. And, well, it's almost become...
Belgium. But Armando Duplantis is a force to be reckoned with. One of the strongest favourites, surely, barring disaster, when we all pitch up in Eugene in a month's time. Either way, Sam Kendricks